MTD network at Plalite Engineering, Sittingbourne in Kent. First of all, Darren, a very brief synopsis of the company, please.
Yes, Plalite's been trading since 1968. It's evolved to a company as it is today, employing some 40-something people. We have 24 machines, 11 of which are 5-axis milling machines. We have CNC turning and wire EDM as well.
Okay, but mainly milling and mainly 5-axis.
Yeah, we've grown into a company now that concentrates mainly on milling because that's where we found our expertise best lies.
Now, you're also tying in with that 5-axis. You've got a full suite of CAD-CAM.
Yeah, indeed. We've got a suite of 7 seats. We was using feature cam, but last year we've increased that now, and we're using hypermill as well, just to extend our capacity and what we can do.
And also tying in with that nicely, bit of accreditation.
Yeah, again, 2 years ago we went for and we achieved the AS 9100 Revision D, which we currently obviously hold, and we're working very much towards that.
Brilliant. So that's a great little synopsis of the company. I think we need to see some parts. Let's have a look at what you actually manufacture.
Indeed. We've a wide range of parts. Size, obviously, very much what we're trying to do is give us as much capacity. This part here is a titanium part. We started off with a little billet, which was rough machined, then it was heat treated, then it had to come back and be finished machined to the part it is today. So
just talk us through what you actually do here, because it looks exceptionally complex.
It is, yeah, and it's quite highly tied up. It's tied up within 50 microns positional tolerance, which is quite typical in today's environment. But again, they say it was a rough turn billet. We had it heat treated. It then came back. It was finished turned, and then it went on to one of our DMU 50 Evos to be completely machined in one operation thereafter.
Now, you say the DMG, you've got DMG Mori machines. You've got a whole suite of those. The latest one here, just over our shoulder.
Indeed, yeah. We bought the DMU 75 monoblock last year. Basically to increase our capacity and our working envelope. We found that some of our constraints were size, where we try to do as much work in one operation, if indeed not all the work in one operation we possibly can. We felt size was restricting us, so we went for the 75, which has got the bigger working envelope.
Okay. Now then, that's a great part. Next part then, please.
Yeah, another part here, a part that we've traditionally would have done via CNC lathe and then put onto maybe an Evo or something like that, a 5-axis machine. We're now with the brothers that we recently bought, which have got the turning capacity as well as the 5-axis milling.
They're the Speedio, is that right?
Indeed, the Speedio 140s. What we can do now is we can turn up to 2,000 revs. So a part like this we can now do on the one machine, again reducing the amount of operations.
Showing off, because that is a really impressive part. I mean, slotted group, well, everything there really.
Indeed, yeah. What was most difficult was all the porting detail internally has to be absolutely smooth and completely blended, which, you know, you can imagine obviously the tools and the different approaches was quite something. But yeah, nice part.
But not a problem with that machine and the software you've got?
No, indeed, no. The software complements them very well, yeah.
Now, that first part, titanium, aluminium, but you also do magnesium as well?
We do. We have magnesium, yeah. Most of the magnesium we do is castings, although we do some from solid. We now cut magnesium dry with an air blast, a chilled air blast. Something we approached last year. We've had great results with that. Brilliant.
Now, those are small, medium, what about, and you said the casting, what about this part down here?
Okay, typically again a sort of part we will do from solid to aluminium 2014 billet. We typically do a lot of the work on the front and rear faces, but what we did find challenging with our plant prior to the DMU 75 was the side work, the holes and the ports around the side. With a bigger machine we can now do that in one operation, so that's saved us a lot of time. There
you go, so I'm going to try and summarise this. So basically, bit of EDM, bit of tournament, mainly 5-axis milling, really complex parts. You've got a full suite of CAD-CAM software, any material. I think that about covers it. Anything else?
Not much more than that really, that's all I can say as well, so yeah.
And machining all in one hit where you can?
That's our goal now, is to try to do as least work holding as possible. Anything we can do it in one op, we do it in one op.
Aaron, thank you very much.